Okay, we're just going to carry on then from Bahrain, and we are heading to Jeddah next. Let's see what we need to do. All right, we're going to manufacture a couple of emergency. This is going to be very costly, though. Couple of emergency underfloors. And then we're also going to get a couple of rear wings in here. And now we've got another design slot opened up as well. So we will go for another underfloor ATR. Maybe not. We'll go for a chassis. Minimum lifespan right down. We'll go with that. One engineer, normal 33 days. So that gets another design project done. We will get the front wing done before Jeddah. We might go emergency on that as well, depending. All right, what do the cars need? That rear wing we've got to wait for. Oh, we want to get that new underfloor on though, don't we? We'll do that in a moment, then we'll do some analysis on that. Sponsor plan then. What have we got here? VIP, that's fine. Race debrief, yeah, we can go with that. VIP talks, yes. School events, yes. And we'll go with that one. Was that going to be enough? We might need one more on there. Let's go with that. That should be enough to hit engagement. Okay, we have our first regulation vote. And this is the big 2026 changes. So we will go for major regulations rather than overhaul. Let's see what that comes back as. Okay, so most of the grid voted in favor for major rather than a complete overhaul. So it's going to be minus 50% rather than the 70% regulations for 2026. So research will now be open. We're going to concentrate on design for now, but we will switch over to that shortly. Okay, front wing is completed. I'm going to go for a couple of emergencies using a lot of money, but we really want to speed up the design process on this car. Right, we've got 3 chassis, 2 front wings, 3 rear wings, 2 underfloors. So let us just get a couple of spares underway for things. Okay, so we have got that new front wing and rear wing ready to go on the car. Not quite ready to go on the car, but it can go on the car. So let us just install on car 1. And then we can do a bit of analysis. So this is the difference that front wing and underfloor is making. So as we can see, low speed, we were 20th or 21st, around that. We were near enough last. It's going to bump us up to 15th on low speed, probably 15th and 16th. Medium speed, gains again, 17th. As you can see there. High speed, slight difference there because we've balanced it out a bit. So high speed won't really change, or it might go down slightly. But again, we've got a more balanced car. Dirty air tolerance, not really changing. Tyre preservation, a slight change. And acceleration and the rest of it not changing. But the cornering is definitely getting better. So we'll be in a better place going in to Jeddah with both cars. And there we go. With that said, we're ready to set our race targets. I'm going to go 18th or higher with Colapinto, 20th or higher with St. Maloney as we begin practice in this one. Here we have it then, end of practice in Jeddah, and a pretty good session really. Track acclimatization 100% for both of them. They're working these car parts knowledge up. Of course, they've got the new front wing and underfloor now, so it's 77%, and setup satisfaction just 1% shy at 99%, so both at 93%. Driver preparation as we head to Q1. Okay, Q1 underway. Let's get them out nice and early here. See what we can do on these first runs. We've got Antonelli out on track with us as well. Okay, we're waiting for the first sector time, and there it is for Maloney. It's a 32.6. And it's a 32.3 for Colapinto. So Colapinto going a lot quicker than his teammate here. And no traffic for either driver. We're good for traffic all the way. This Colapinto's getting a bit of a toe off Antonelli. I don't think he is. Antonelli looks... yeah, no, he's not benefiting from a toe. So, yeah, Maloney needs to find some pace here. 27.6 in the middle sector. The purple is gone as Antonelli goes through it. 27.4. Maloney really struggling around here, it looks like. Looks like he's going to be... yeah, Colapinto maybe at least half a second up on his teammate here in this first run. Well, let's wait and see. Maloney now heads to the line then. What's he going to do here? It is a 127.5. Antonelli will top all that, and he does. But what does Colapinto do? He goes, yeah, six tenths quicker. That's not great for Maloney, though. Let's wait and see what we can do on these second runs. Okay, we are underway with our second runs then, and Maloney is in the drop zone. Colapinto teetering on the edge at 16th. Maloney's getting a bit of a toe off an RV. I don't know how significant that toe will be. Colapinto, I don't think has got anyone ahead of him. No, Maloney goes 32.3 through the first sector. He's gone quicker than Colapinto. So Maloney, yeah, definitely getting a toe now. But he might be held up. That's Liam Lawson. Oh my God, we're all over the back of Liam Lawson here. We've got traffic getting out of the way. And Maloney goes 27.4 second sector, 27.3. So Colapinto's gone a little bit quicker. Colapinto actually catching these now. And Maloney is getting a little bit out of shape on the final corner. Not ideal there. Let's see, is this going to be enough? Poor Maloney is getting another great toe, though, to the line. Maloney across the line, does improve to 14th. Colapinto doesn't do enough. So Maloney, grabbing a toe off Liam Lawson, sees him through to Q2. And Colapinto qualifies at P18. Into Q2 then, we've sent Maloney out here, and we're only going to do one run. I think it's unlikely we're going to go much higher on this grid. Got a bit lucky in Q1 with that toe, so we'll just set one time and we'll see where we fall here in Q2, but it's likely to be 16th, maybe 15th, depending on what Doohan does. But we shall see. Verstappen has had mechanical issues throughout this qualifying session, so it'll be interesting to see if he gets out of Q2. But Lawson put in a very good lap, and it helped us because we just stayed in his toe, which got Maloney through to Q2. Here he goes then, final corner. Then we will head to the line, see what time we set, and then we'll wait to see what the rest of the grid does. But as I say, probably expecting to be 16th here. Maloney across the line, 1:26.4. 2 minutes to go then. And Verstappen, I don't believe, is going to set a time. Maloney is currently in the top 10, but the whole grid is out. So expecting to tumble down into that drop zone. But let's wait and see. Say, Max did have mechanical issues. Not going to set a time. As we have checkered flag. He is finished. Max is out. Bortoletto's out. So we're at least 14th here. Hulkenberg's finished. Stroll is finished. Is Maloney going to get through here? He is. Maloney's into the top 10. Maloney is somehow through to Q3 here. Well, we're going to save the tyres. We're going to opt to stay in the garage. Let's not push our luck too much, but 10th on the grid for Maloney. Let's see who puts it on pole. Right, here we go. Under a minute to go. Russell and Alonso about to set times. Are they going to go any quicker? Russell goes up to 3rd. Alonso is P7. What about Hamilton and Leclerc? Hamilton's P2. Piastri is on provisional pole. Yeah, Piastri's done it then. That's going to be it. Piastri on pole. Here we have the full results then. And Oscar Piastri on pole. Then Lewis Hamilton, George Russell 3rd, Leclerc 4th, Antonelli 5th, Lando Norris 6th, Yuki Tsunoda 7th, Alonso 8th, Albon 9th. But Zayn Maloney in the Maserati somehow starts in the top 10. And as we saw, Colapinto was knocked out in Q1. Let's have a look at strategy then before getting into this full race. Okay, it's a two-stopper. Colapinto starting on the softs, going to mediums, then finishing on the softs. Maloney's going to go soft, mediums. I think he's going to be in amongst a lot of action, so I want to keep him on the softer compound tyre so he doesn't drop back. That will hopefully keep him in DRS. Keep him in amongst it. So he'll go softs, then mediums at the end. He starts in 10th. Colapinto 17th. Let's get this one underway. This is Oscar Piastri on pole then for this full race in Jeddah. And they're being held for quite a while, but Piastri gets us underway. And as I say, Maloney starts a whopping P10 for us in Maserati. And Colapinto 17th, but Colapinto already up to 16th. And Maloney is moving up to P9 on Alex Albon here. It looks like he's going to have to... Or is he going to have to give that up? No, he does maintain 9th place. So Maloney started P10 into P9. What a start. And only one hard runner, which is Ocon. And the rest of them most on softs. And then we've got a few mediums. Max Verstappen had an issue in Q2. He got a mechanical fault, didn't run in Q2, and looks like he's taken a grid penalty or started from the pit lane there. So Max starting at the back. And that also means his teammate Yuki Tsunoda is in P6 in the other Red Bull. And here we go, is Albon going to try and have a go back on Maloney? So Maloney is back to P10 where he started. And he's got Bortoleto all over him as well. We have all got DRS on Fernando Alonso, though.
Do your best.
As Albon is trying to have a go on Alonso. Not going to happen. Colapinto moving down to 17. And Colapinto is back past Behrman.
Let's see what happened there. Now we're all arriving at turn 18. It's certainly inviting.
So Maloney, as you see, the traffic is now forming behind him, and he's got no DRS now on the car ahead of him. So he's a sitting duck, basically, here. And there goes the first one. Bortoleto through then. And did he do that before the detection zone? No, he didn't. So we do get DRS at least, which will help us defend against Jack Doohan, who's the next car behind us. And there we go. We do get back to the rear wing of Bortoleto, but we drop out of the points there. Right, we don't want to let Bortoleto get away from us here. Where is the race? The race is in Jeddah. And Maloney having another look. That's where he got Bortoleto last time. Colapinto's down, well, fighting with Max, who Max is making his way back up the field then. Max started last, now up to 17th, so he's making progress. And could we be free wide here as we're getting back past Bortoleto? The only problem here is we're going to give DRS straight back at him now.
You're doing a good job.
We're going to be under a bit of pressure here.
Albon in front.
Try to put Maloney defensive, probably a little bit too late here. As Hadjar's past Colapinto. Colapinto now down to 19th, back to 18th, squabbling. Good defence from Maloney, fights back, stays ahead of Bortoleto. Maloney stays ahead again, but he's going to be under real pressure now. We're definitely going to need some accidents and dramas to go on here today. A Maloney train, yeah, all aboard the Maloney train. Here comes Bortoleto again then. Can Maloney squeeze him out again? I think he can, you know. Maloney's putting up a good little defence here. Albon's loving life because he's got 5 seconds now on Maloney. A nice little buffer. And Verstappen is now caught in this train against Liam Lawson. Look at that. Max Verstappen is released. And that 1.7 seconds will become nothing very shortly, I'd imagine. And he might drag those behind him with him because it's hard to break the DRS. So there we go. A couple of corners. He's taken half a second out of Maloney. Here he is, Max Verstappen absolutely flying. He hasn't broken the DRS to Bortoleto. This is the problem. He's now going to bring that pack with him because they're all now going to have DRS. Max Verstappen then will be getting past Maloney here.
Watch out.
Maloney, can he do what he done to Bortoleto? He can. Maloney's not having any of it.
Mode race, okay.
What's your take on the Red Bull swap? Personally, I think it's a bit unfair for Liam, but I know he hasn't been great, but I think he maybe should have been... Oh, yeah, I think it's really harsh. I think it's ridiculous, in all honesty. I think even if we got rid of him after 5 races, it'd be harsh, but I just think two tracks he's not raced at. One of them was a sprint, so we only had 1 practice session, and he's got to get to grips with that Red Bull, which is not easy to get to grips to. So he's now got a triple header. 2 of those he's raced at before. So why not at least give him this triple header and then review it afterwards? If he was still being knocked out in Q1, fair enough. But I think, obviously, they had pressure from Honda and money talks. Honda obviously paying for Tsunoda and that whole package with Red Bull. So they're obviously putting a lot of pressure on Red Bull. So I think they said, well, we want Yuki debuting in front of his home crowd in Suzuka. But yeah, I think it's super harsh on Liam. He should have got the triple header at least. But here comes Super Max Verstappen then. He's finally going to get past Maloney, and that does dump Maloney out of the points as Alex Albon pits, so Maloney will be straight back into the points. The Racing Bull is better car than the RB, just Max is that good. Yeah, I think the Racing Bull is more balanced.
Try to recover your previous rhythm.
That's Maloney. He's not giving this up on Max. But surely Max is going to see him off it. He does. Oh, and we're getting very close with Albon, who's already stopped, and Ocon, who's on the hards. Oh, and Ocon's into the wall. He's going to get going again, so it won't be a safety car. But Ocon has clipped the wall there amongst that drama we saw at the back here. Albon stuck on his inside. And Ocon just drifted out into the wall.
But no matter the severity of the crash, it's always...
Luckily, that was the final corner, so Ocon just jumped straight into the pits, but not ideal because he was on the hards. He wanted to go longer than that. So that's compromised him as Alex Albon coming back through the grid on Franco Colapinto here. Franco could do well to hold him up because it might help Maloney, although Albon should well and truly jump Maloney, but by difference, Albon's already used 14% of that tyre. Right, Colapinto, our first stop of the day. Our average pit stop is about 2.7 at the moment, so don't expect anything thrilling here, but 2.7 or under we'll be pretty happy with. Nah, 2.8, so it's not a mistake. That's just our pit crew at the moment. Tanny, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. So will Colapinto come out dead last? No, because Ocon's very slow after sustaining some damage, so Ocon is now on to finish last here, unless others retire. Colapinto is now out then. He's out in 21st. He's right behind Gasly, who we were fighting with earlier, but got good tyre advantage on some of these, so he might be handy later on, Colapinto, from Maloney. But here we go. Let's see what this pit stop is. Let's say 3 seconds or under. That's not a mistake. It's just slow. We should be somewhere about 2.7, ideally. Right at the end of the pit lane again, being a new series. 2.9, yeah, so that's about right for us at the moment. So where will Maloney come out? Gasly's ahead of him. Is Colapinto? Colapinto is going to get the undercut on Maloney. That is a surprise.
Behind there is Ocon.
Okay, so we're running 20th and 21st, but I think we're going to be pacier later on in this race, so hopefully we're not going to end up there. Like Colapinto really needs to try and get past Behrman, because Behrman is losing a lot of time now to Gasly. Dropped half a second in a handful of corners there. I think his tyres are gone, 29%. They certainly have gone. Colapinto, DRS then. Looking at the inside here. And we are through there. Great move, needed to be done. And now Maloney needs to do the same. Although I'm pretty sure that Behrman will pit at the end of this lap. Here comes Maloney on the inside, having a look too far back. I think Behrman will jump into the pit lane though. And he does indeed. So Behrman pits. Maloney's released and Colapinto's 1.6 off Gasly now. So they need to get down the road onto Pierre Gasly. I think Haas would be a good one to do. Right, here comes Maloney then on Colapinto. Needed to get that done, and he does get it done.
If you can, try to push more.
Because he is on the soft tyres, but we're losing a lot of time to Gasly and Bortoleto. So maybe now we're in clean air. We just haven't got the pace, because it's looking a bit worrying, to be honest with you, this pace suddenly. And Albon is making his second stop, and Albon's had a pit stop issue. What has happened here then for Albano? Sticky right front by the looks of it. And they've not, that tyre's not on, now it's on. Second stop, final stop hopefully.
Copy.
Best stop of the day for us.
Oh, the race.
Oh, we're going to be fine with Pierre Gasly again here. Ideally not. No, we're not. That's good. We're clear of Pierre. Right, so Maloney can push on till the end now. He's 3 seconds off Bortoletto, 70%. Had just got to pit again.
Gasly behind.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to be somewhere between 14th and 18th by the time this all shakes up. But let's see. Colapinto, yeah, we're just attacking with him. Let's get him in next lap.
Copy.
Colapinto then, his final stop as well. Lap 35 out of 50. We've got 15 to go after this one. And Colapinto is going to be a little bit further back on Maloney though. And he might be back fighting with Pierre Gasly here. .7. Where is Pierre? If we can clear him, that'd be lovely, but definitely going to be tighter. Here comes Gasly. We've got a Ferrari we're going to have to get out of the way of here as well. And that's going to put Pierre Gasly right on us, isn't it? So we're going to be fighting again with Gasly. As Leclerc has just lapped us. Let's push a bit of the battery, try and get out of the way. So Hamilton leads, then Leclerc. Looks like it's going to be a Ferrari 1-2. I can't see much fight coming their way, but let's see on that. Maloney is caught up with Hulkenberg here. I can't believe how quiet this race has been in terms of incidents. I can't remember the last time I had such a safe Jeddah. But Maloney having a go here at Hulkenberg. I really shouldn't say that around Hulkenberg, because if you saw Suzuka, he was the magnet to our torpedoes. But we're through on Hulkenberg.
Try to recover your previous.
And it's Hadjar down to 30%. He's really struggling. He needs to get into the bits. We're on his inside though, and this could be P16, and it will open up the DRS on Bortoletto here. And Maloney could find himself in 15th as Hadjar does jump into the bits. Here we go then on the inside of Bortoletto. I'm not quite going to get it done, I don't think. No, Bortoletto forces out there.
No problem, no problem.
Colapinto has not managed to pull away from Gasly as yet. We've got to continue that fight. But Maloney looking good here. What's his tyres? 89%. We've got Doohan and Sainz on hards. They're only 3 seconds up the road. So, yeah, good chance for Maloney here. But Colapinto has just broken.
Keep focused.
DRS. So it's Hamilton that got past us. Was it now Leclerc? Or did we unlap ourselves on Leclerc there, maybe? Don't know, but let's ease off at the moment. Gasly's probably going to come back at us because he's going to stay in the toe of that Ferrari. I think we might be fighting with Pierre all the way here. Right, Maloney back with DRS on Bortoletto. And this time, no. Going to stay in there though. Get another helping of DRS very shortly. We'll give him some battery.
We are at DRS from Hulkenberg.
Let's get this job done, really.
Full overtake available.
Copy.
Yeah, we don't want to lose out to Hulkenberg there. Right, here we go. This is a chance for Maloney. Use the battery. This is going to be job done this time. Already past him. Really good use of the battery. Maloney moves into P15. Top two getting spicy. It is indeed. It's Leclerc and Hamilton. Hamilton's picked up DRS though off a back marker, so that's helped him. That back marker being ourselves. Maloney He's now got to get out of the... Oh, my God, that's losing us a hell of a lot of time. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Maloney, what are you up to? Maloney, what have you done there? Talk about a schoolboy error. He just literally parked it on the track. And
Now we're
somehow
just
Colapinto
proceeding
is
through
passing.
turn 4. They decide to give it a go.
Stop there for a while, and then... Same Maloney. And then Colapinto. That is absolutely shocking from Maloney. Well, Maloney had a chance of beating his teammate Colapinto here, and we had a chance of maybe getting up to P11. We might have just thrown that away. Right, here comes Colapinto now. He's through on Bortoletto. Won't have DRS here though, that's the only problem. Looks like Leclerc lost a lot of time in that as well, because he's now 3 seconds behind Hamilton. Right, we're now running 15th and 17th. Maloney's got to get back past Bortoletto after just parking on the track. Now it's Maloney losing a lot of time. And finally he's free, but he's lost 2 seconds. Colapinto is riding the gearbox of Leclerc.
You are doing well there.
We're 5 seconds off doing here, though. He's down. Lawson's down to 28% again. Lawson's tyre management is absolutely shocking. He's going to be very slow. Maloney has dropped the 2 kick salvers, but he's 5 seconds back on Colapinto. And we've got past Doohan somewhere there, and I've absolutely missed that, but we're past Doohan. Are we going to get a replay of that? I don't think we are. Yes, we are. I
Look,
lied.
this is what happened. Now we're watching the action closely here. It's there for the taking.
There we go. Easy. I think Doohan was slowing up for the traffic, and Colapinto doesn't want to slow up for the traffic. He wants to fight them. 4.8 off Stroll. Lawson will get out of the way. He's going to have to stop Lawson. So we'll be up to 13th. We might be able to get up to 11th here. Who knows? As Liam Lawson... I don't know what he's doing. But he's at 23% tyre life. And he's causing a massive train here. Which is just going to... Well, it's put Doohan right on us. It's going to lose us loads of time. Oh, hello. I was just going to open up. Oh, what are we doing there? Colapinto, what are we doing? Oh, and now... Oh, well, this has just gone absolutely terribly here for Colapinto. And now he's through on Liam Lawson. We need these bloody leading cars to get out of the way, because it's causing no end of issues here. Maloney has now closed that 3 seconds. And he's got a Mercedes of Russell all over him. How we've not had more accidents here, I'm not sure.
You are doing a good job there. At the moment we have P15.
Right, we're 14th and 15th. We should... Well, I hope we can get back Doohan. Lawson's going to get a puncture unless he pits this lap. Lawson is surely coming into the pits. He's got to. Don't know what he was trying to achieve. And he does. That's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what that was all about, but there we go.
Do your best.
Colapinto is going to lose out to Maloney, but Maloney's nearly going into the rear end of Doohan, sorry, and that allows Colapinto to regain that place. 5 to go. Hamilton leads 7 seconds on Leclerc. And that battle is right ahead of us, Leclerc and Piastri. Verstappen started last, has got himself up to 8th place. He's right on his teammate Yuki Tsunoda, as Liam Lawson... Isn't that a sad sight? Liam Lawson pops out of the pits in his RB behind Yuki, who's took his Red Bull seat, and they've both lapped him. Did someone just lock up as we pulled away from that? They did. Oh my God, what timing! We pulled away and Lawson locked up. I'm sorry, Lawson, I didn't mean it.
Right, so this was the 4th corner.
So Lawson he's tried to take the Red Bulls out. I'm convinced of this.
The wheels just lock up there.
He tried it subtly
there.
to take out Max, but he's missed. as we've got a yellow flag, and we've got Hulkenberg. Has he hit Hadjar? Has he had an instant all on his own?
Hulkenberg's had a bit of trouble. So
Oh,
here we go,
Hulkenberg
heading
might have hit
into
his
turn
teammate
one.
Bortoletto here.
Barely any room to manoeuvre.
Yes, he has. That
And
was never
there,
on.
the cars make contact. And they'll have to pick themselves up after that.
Hulkenberg, his wing isn't too bad considering the impact there. Be a good chance. Colapinto coming out of here. Doing down to 34%. Colapinto on the inside, needs to get this done. He is going to get that done. Colapinto up to P13. Now finally some clean air to push up to. Can we get to Stroll? 3 seconds. We need a second a lap. He's on 36% mediums. Not going to finish last here though, so that is a positive. And we've got more upgrades in the works, so I definitely think a handful of points are going to be on offer this year. I'm trying to really accelerate the development for this series and try and get into championship contention in the second season. But of course, second season for this series is 2026, so very heavy reg changes. We'll see what we can do.
Good job.
Final lap then for the leaders. We're a lap down, but of course being lapped, we will finish on this lap. And Colapinto is 2 seconds off Stroll, so he's not quite going to reach him. But is Maloney going to have a bit of attack on his teammate here? We can attack with both of them. As I say, fuel should be absolutely fine. But Maloney having a go now, and he's going to get that done. And Colapinto got all out of shape there. That could have ended in tears. Maloney, though, needed to get it done, and he has, and he's pulled away with the DRS. That's worked out very well for Zane Maloney. Hamilton has won it. Piastri's going to be, well, I think he's going to be second. Leclerc is dragging him to the line.
Lewis Hamilton with the
Leclerc
win
has
today.
dragged him to the line. Can Colapinto out-drown Maloney? He's not going to, so Maloney's going to finish 13th and Colapinto 14th. And that is a good result for where we are. We beat both Haas's, both Kicks, both RBs, both Alpines. Look at this. This is very much a Noah's Ark. 2 Maseratis, 2 Alpines, 2 RBs, 2 Kicks, 2 Haas's. And if you've got OCD, you're very much loving that 13th to 22nd. Shame Albon and Stroll weren't the other way round, because it would have gone all the way from Red Bull to Haas. But very good result for us, 13th and 14th. A Ferrari 1-2. It looks like Leclerc just outdragged Piastri to the line, but Hamilton wins, and I'm pretty sure he's leading this championship. Full classification, it is Lewis Hamilton that wins it, and then Charles Leclerc in second, so Ferrari 1-2, Piastri third, Russell fourth, Norris fifth, Antonelli sixth, and Max Verstappen from last on the grid gets up to 7th, beats his teammate Yuki Tsunoda, who I think has finished 8th in all 3 of his races so far as a Red Bull driver. Alonso 9th, Albon picks up another point. And then, as we saw, our drivers, Maloney started 10th, but we're kind of out of position there. So down 3, but Colapinto up 3. So all in all, I will take 13th and 14th. Good result for us. Drivers' Championship then, after 5 races. This is going to be a 20-race season. So we're already a quarter away through this season. And Hamilton has got a 21-point lead. Is Lewis Hamilton on his way for that 8th title? Oscar Piastri jumps Verstappen because Verstappen started at the back, so Piastri now in second, then Verstappen, then Russell, Leclerc, Norris, Antonelli, Alonso 8th, Lawson 9th, but all of those points were in the Red Bull, so he'll be slipping down the order, and Tsunoda in 10th, but very tight here from Hamilton all the way down to Leclerc. Lando, quite a bit of work to do on his teammate Piastri there. Constructors, Ferrari having a good time so far in 2025. They lead, then McLaren. Mercedes jumped Red Bull again, more so because Max had to start at the back of the grid for this one, and Red Bull dropped to 4th. Top 4 really looks like it's going to be the fight, because Aston Martin kind of in a fight of their own. They're just no man's land. Maybe Williams might catch them, but top 4 still relatively close. Then we've got Aston Martin, Williams. As you can see, we've picked up 3 points, and Alpine, Sauber, Haas and RB yet to score. But yeah, so that wraps this one up. 13th and 14th, still outperforming where the car performance is at the moment. So I think all in all, that's a good result for us. But it does show we do need a few more designs to get on the tail end of those points and regularly be able to compete for those points. So work for us to do. And we'll be back very soon with the next episode in this Maserati F1 Manager series.